Hey viewer, hope you're doing well. January is soon approaching, and some of you will be applying for managerial posts in the various institutions. And today, felt it in my spirit to talk about leadership styles. I still go by the name Sarah Ayuma, the Oral Nutritionist. I'm on YouTube. If you've not supported my channel, please do so by subscribing to it, commenting, liking, and sharing any of my videos. But above all, practice what you've learned from them. And in case you have any other topic that you want me to address, please DM me and I'll be glad to do so. So what would you answer to this question that you might be asked? What is your leadership style? So there are 6 leadership styles that I'll talk about, but stay tuned to the very end of this video to listen to the last leadership style that I'll talk about. Number 1 leadership style is transformational leadership, which emphasizes on change and transformation, and it inspires the followers. Here is a leader who sets a goal and looks into the followers' lives and tries to inspire the followers. All right. Then number 2, there is delegative leadership. Delegating initiatives to the team members is the core business of this. No micromanaging or getting too involved. Here, delegative leadership and leaders who are good at this do not actually micromanage or get too involved in the affairs of those that they are leading. This only works if the team members are competent. You cannot be a delegative leader when you're training people, all right, from scratch. And then number 3, leadership style is authoritative leadership. These leaders consider themselves as mentors to their followers and insist on following the follow me approach. They insist on the follow me approach. And then the 4th one is transactional leadership, which is also called managerial leadership, which relies on rewards and punishments. And here it emphasizes on the structure, on the routines, and on the procedures. Have you ever interacted with someone who is looking after dogs or training dogs? That if they perform well, and then they give the dogs a reward. If they perform badly, then they punish the dogs. So this transactional leadership can be associated with that. It relies on rewards and punishments more than being a leader, like being an example to those individuals. So the next leadership style that you can talk about is participative leadership, which refers to a democratic leadership. Leaders here listen to their employees or those that they are leading. They involve them in the decision-making process, and these employees are more likely to own the decisions that have been made by their leaders because they were involved in the initial stages of the decision-making process. So that is participative leadership. So the last leadership style that I wanted to talk about was servant leadership, which puts the needs of others first before the leader's needs. And this, I think, is talked about in Mark 10:42 to 44, and also in Matthew 20:25 to 28, which says that a leader should not be self-seeking, should not be self-serving, and should not be domineering. It is important that when you're in a leadership position, that you actually be a servant leader. A servant leader, you should not be self-seeking, you should not be domineering, you should not be self-serving in that leadership position. It is important to be a servant leader. You should lead by example. And here it's very important that you lead by example, especially if you're working in cross-departmental teams. You're working with cross-departmental teams. You will be taking a role of a teacher, a role of a trainer, a role of a coach, and a role of a mentor. So if you go into an interview and you're asked that, what is your leadership style? I think for me, I would rather go for the servant leadership style rather than transformational leadership style, or delegative, or authoritative, or transactional. In fact, don't ever mention transactional leadership when you go for an interview, because it will just show that you are a selfish leader, because you rely on rewards and punishments instead of being a trainer and a teacher and a coach and a mentor to those that you'll be leading. I would advise you to mention that you are a servant leader. You put the needs of others before you, and you're not self-seeking, you're not self-serving, and you're not domineering. You should also mention that your leadership style emphasizes on being a teacher, being a trainer, being a coach, and being a mentor. I think if you mention that during an interview in January 2025, then you're most likely to be considered for that position that you're applying for that managerial position that you're applying for. So that's it for me. Stay tuned for my next available video, and God bless. I hope you learned something.